I'm Temporary Breathing, and in this video, I'm going to be talking about the sad ending of Elvis's life and what I make of it. I hope you enjoy, and if you enjoy, please like the video and subscribe if you're feeling generous. I want to say also that everything I say can be debated, and I would love to hear your guys' thoughts on this in the comments. So let's get into the video. Elvis's story is a story of great success from nothing, and in the end, great misery on the biggest stage. Like other legends, he didn't get happiness as a reward for his success. It seems like he got the exact opposite, which is misery. He did it, he achieved his dreams, and now what? Now Elvis didn't achieve everything that he ever wanted. For example, he didn't become as a great actor as James Dean, and he didn't tour overseas.
Again, without just the negative saying that you don't like the tour, just 'cause
I don't like it though.
I know, but
I go through hell.
Setting up though? I don't understand.
I go through hell touring.
And he didn't get as much money as he could have because the Parasite, which his manager was, took 50% of everything that he made. That is all true, but I feel like people are too quick to assume that not fulfilling all of his dreams led to him misusing alcohol and various substances. If that was the case, then everybody on this planet should be misusing alcohol, because everybody, regardless of success, feel like they could achieve more. God or the devil cursed us that way with an endless appetite. Just like nature has an endless need to improve. The fish becomes a lizard, the shark becomes a lizard-eating mammal, the lizard learns to fly, and the mammal learns to fly as well, or at least eat the bird's egg. In any case, nature, like man, is stuck in an endless loop of eating its own bigger, or I should say smarter, more sophisticated tail. So why should Elvis be any different than nature? Elvis, like everybody, needed more, because for some reason, nothing can satisfy us. I am telling you that if Elvis would have gotten everything that he ever wanted, he might have still gone the route of overindulgence and depression. Now, the king performed in front of 1.5 billion people on television, and he had a packed house every time he played. He could have probably gone to other countries and performed for even more people, but eventually success would stop. And for him, it just happened to stop in Vegas. And when getting more and more success no longer seems feasible or realistic, I mean, the king cannot perform for aliens. But if somebody could, it would definitely be him, don't get me wrong. But he needed something else to fill his appetite. Success was not doing it anymore, and I do blame the people around the king for filling that appetite with unsustaining things. But the king needs to take some blame as well. He could have had a salad, for Christ's sake. But then again, why do you need to get in shape when there's no one to get in shape for except oneself? I mean, the girls did not stop coming because he got a little bit of a dad bod. He himself filled his appetite with women and love of the people, and off the stage, the people filled his emptiness with drugs and schizophrenia. The people around him, at least, did that. He was paranoid, and he thought that people were going to shoot him, and he carried a gun in his shoe on stage. In Vegas, he was suffering, but that lifestyle, drinking, partying, having sex, eating good food, and taking drugs, is still glorified today. I imagine him going to bed every night with things spinning on his ceiling and thinking to himself, is this all there is? Is this what the fuss was all about? That lifestyle seems to be the dream still today, or at least superstars still follow in those footsteps. Maybe it's not because it is the dream, maybe it is because what is there to do after achieving everything? What does nature do, and what will humans do when they are satisfied? When the lion does not need to hunt, what happens? Okay, so you don't want to go the drugs, sex, and rock and roll route. What will you do? Leave a comment down below, I want to know. If you had everything you ever wanted, what would you do with your time? Would you chase the eternal bliss of the Himalayan Swamis or become a Buddhist? Or would you just stay at home having sex and playing video games? Aren't we just like animals? For example, if you give a dog all the dog candy available, he would probably eat till he passed out or puked. At least my crazy dog would. Elvis never got off the crazy train. He was addicted to the performance, and the performance which is always bigger than the human himself. The performance which makes the human a larger-than-life character. I bet the king felt good on the stage, even in his later years, feeling the seemingly unconditional love filling his unfillable heart, even just for a minute. On the stage, he gave all of himself away for the crowd, in exchange for the worthless temporary love of the people. When someone gets so much love, no one knows what to do with it.
You know what I am? I'm a dog chasing cars. I wouldn't know what to do with one if I caught it.
Now, I don't know the man, and I'm just making some guesses, or this is just some suspicions of my mind. But it seems to be a common trend for superachievers to feel like they should be happy, but happiness can only survive with sadness, and sadness is in no way a bad thing. It's just that sadness does not sell. Some superachievers don't go the route of drugs because they are blinded in the chase. They still believe if they achieve more, they will eventually become happy. Some achievers who are not blinded and settle down understand that success will give them nothing but more success. They also can start to feel empty, and they fill their hearts with other material things or spiritual material things, but the result is the same. They still feel lost or empty or unfulfilled. Maybe not everybody, and maybe not all of the time, but in any case, most likely they feel more unsatisfied than they would like. The king was driven by love, but also by the need for more, and the people around him abused him for those feelings by manipulating him, especially the parasite, which made him do 2 shows a night every night for 4 weeks at a time, 837 shows in just 7 years. That's not counting all the other shows that he did when he was not in Vegas. And if the king wasn't feeling good, he was drugged. One example of this, which happened later in real life, was showed in the movie. When the king passes out, the parasite said, "The only thing that matters is that he goes on that stage tonight," obviously having no regard for the king's health. Even his own father didn't bother to stop this madness. Also, the parasite helped in making the king more schizophrenic, and arguably was the reason why he was so scared that people were trying to kill him, which the drugs also did not help with. In the end, the king died in his bathroom. The official report said he died of heart failure, but in reality, he died from an overdose, which just happened to span a couple of years. It is sad to see him go so early, but if he would have continued to live that lifestyle for 20 more years, would we still think of the king the same? Where do you think he would have ended? It's easy to look back on that old footage and think, why doesn't he just stop and take a break? And maybe it was the pressure from the parasite or his entourage, but maybe he can't stop because he has been conditioned to think that he was living the dream. He said to someone close that he often wonders why God chose him to be so blessed. Maybe he didn't stop because he wouldn't know what to do with himself after living that lifestyle for so many years. The thought of a normal life probably didn't seem very feasible or admirable. He might have even become more dependent on drugs if he stayed at his house every time. Maybe something else was keeping him in Vegas. It is impossible to guess, but fear, anxiety, addiction, love, loneliness, and hate definitely played a part. For us, the normal achievers, it always hurts a little bit more when successful people go this way, because deep down in our hearts, we also think that he must be living a good life and should be living a good life for making us feel loved for a little bit, because he has what we think everybody would want, because he is someone we would probably want to be or be with, at least in some life. He is someone who took a chance, did something bigger than himself, felt fear, but did it anyway, and gave all that he had, but still felt unfulfilled, like every one of us who live only to make it till 80, hoping to make it there without hassle, feeling unfulfilled the whole damn time. And the king made it to 42, feeling even worse. Last words. We always feel like we are living at the peak of civilization. That the thing today is the biggest and best thing ever. People felt like this was the peak of civilization when Elvis was alive, and people feel like this is the peak of civilization right now. But endless peaks means peaking never at all. The need for more and becoming better will always lead to the need for more and becoming better. There is nothing that can ever fill your heart, except perhaps giving away everything that you have or think you have materially or spiritually. Then maybe you will understand that all of this is so beautifully meaningless. The sun comes up and the flowers follow. The sea becomes mist and the mist becomes clouds, which rains down on the flowers, now with clean water. Thank you for listening. I just wanted to add this clip at the end. Feel kind of bad for talking about Elvis. Like I knew him. He was just another human being. And it's always sad to see someone go as early as he did. And it's also, yeah, it's just sad. And I don't know anything about his life, really. And I don't know anything about how he really felt. And nobody can know that, not even the movie, even though they probably researched quite a bit. They still probably, they don't know anything about what Elvis was actually thinking and feeling like, and so many of us feel probably similar to Elvis, stuck in a loop of doing the same things for people that they probably don't even know. And yeah, just wanted to leave this at the end because it was getting on my conscience that I was talking so arrogantly about this human being, fellow human. So yeah, thank you for watching, and please like and subscribe. I will be posting a lot of videos, hopefully, and a lot of these kind of type of videos about talking about just life in general and stuff. So yeah, thank you for watching. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed.